Alright, I'm back again, and in this video I'll talk about the memorable, the iconic, the legendary feud between HBK, Shawn Michaels, and the Game Triple H. Alright, let me give you a refresher to this time period. WWE in 2002 was going through a change, a new era basically, revamping Raw, changing the name of the company, the brand split, and Stone Cold Steve Austin walking out on the company. This new era was described with two words: ruthless aggression. The name Ruthless Aggression was used loosely during the month of June in 2002 and was the unofficial name of this era, an era which lasted for either 3 years or 6 years, it depends on what you believe. An influx of superstars debuted during this time period, superstars such as Batista, Randy Orton, John Cena, and Rey Mysterio. Superstars returned in 2002 such as the NWO, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H. Anyways, let me get on to the feud between the latter two. Triple H in 2002 was on the SmackDown brand and was getting the NWO's attention. The NWO wanted Triple H to join Raw. Weirdly enough, Shawn Michaels was a member of the NWO, which is so weird. The NWO was disbanded by Mr. McMahon on the July 15th episode of Raw. At vengeance, Triple H decided to join Raw, thus reuniting with Shawn Michaels. The next night on Raw, the two came out later in the night as D-Generation X. As the two were cutting a promo, Triple H hit the pedigree on Shawn Michaels, turning heel for the first time in a year. The next week, Triple H was cutting a promo on Shawn Michaels, verbally tearing him apart, until a bloody Shawn Michaels, whose head was thrown into a car window. Triple H was shocked at the sight of seeing his best friend in a bloody heap. Triple H called for help. The next week, Shawn Michaels was live via satellite from San Antonio, Texas. Shawn Michaels wanted to know who the culprit behind the attack was. The parking lot image was pixelated, and so they improved the quality, and it looked like a certain someone. It was Triple H. Triple H was lying and trying to make it seem like it was someone else. Triple H made a damn smirk, a damn smile, and admitted it was him. He said that he was proving a point that Shawn Michaels was weak, vulnerable, and that HBK is dead. Shawn Michaels said that the doctors said that he will be 100% at, say, SummerSlam. That's right, Shawn Michaels is coming out of retirement and that he is going to face Triple H in a match at SummerSlam. The match was later made an unsanctioned match. The match turned out to be an epic matchup with Shawn Michaels showing us why he is the showstopper, the headliner, the main event. In the end, Shawn Michaels won via roll-up, and Triple H attacked HBK after the match with sledgehammer shots. Triple H basically put Shawn Michaels back into retirement with the sledgehammer shots. Triple H was crowned the first World Heavyweight Champion by Raw General Manager Eric Bischoff. I mean, WWE was weird enough in 2002, yet they brought back the big gold belt. Triple H would successfully defend the title twice by defeating Rob Van Dam at Unforgiven and Kane at No Mercy. The week after No Mercy, Triple H faced Kane in a casket match. Triple H had the match won as he knocked out Kane. The casket opened and suddenly Shawn Michaels came out of it. Shawn Michaels is back, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels charged at Triple H with right hands in the forearm. Then Shawn Michaels nipped up and hit the sweet chin music on the game. Triple H would lose the casket match to Kane. Eric Bischoff announced the first ever Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship. The match featured Triple H defending the title against Booker T, Rob Van Dam, Kane, Chris Jericho, and the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. The match at Survivor Series was spectacular. It felt like a brutal affair, and damn it was. Triple H during the match suffered an injury to the throat after Rob Van Dam hit the 5-star frog splash and landed his knee on the Game's throat. The final two were Shawn Michaels and Triple H, with the two battling for the world title. Shawn Michaels eventually hit the sweet chin music on Triple H to win his first World Heavyweight Championship. It was an amazing story, as only 4 months beforehand, Shawn Michaels was still retired, and now he's reached the top of the mountain for the 4th time. Shawn Michaels would continue his feud with Triple H, but this time it was a 3 stages of hell match at Armageddon, with the first fall being a street fight, the second fall being a steel cage match, and if they reached the 3rd fall, which they obviously did, it would be a ladder match, which was obviously Shawn Michaels' specialty. Shawn Michaels lost the match, which meant that HBK lost the world title. Triple H would go on to start a reign which is obviously known as the Reign of Terror. Triple H would go through opponents like episodes of a TV show. Scott Steiner, check twice. Booker T, check unfortunately. Kevin Nash, check until SummerSlam. Triple H defended the World Heavyweight Championship against 5 other men in an Elimination Chamber match, which was Triple H's kryptonite at the time. Goldberg, Chris Jericho, Kevin Nash, Randy Orton, and Shawn Michaels were the opponents. Goldberg was destroying opponents in this match left and right until it was down to Triple H. Triple H would get help from Ric Flair, who handed Triple H a hidden sledgehammer. Goldberg was going for the spear when Triple H drilled Goldberg with the sledgehammer. Triple H would win the match and continue his reign of terror until the next month at Unforgiven, where the Game would lose the title to Goldberg. Shawn Michaels that night would face Evolution member Randy Orton. Orton won the match after using brass knucks on the Icon. Triple H would feud with Goldberg until Armageddon, where Triple H won back the World Heavyweight Championship in a triple threat match along with King. Shawn Michaels that night faced Batista in a career-defining match for Batista, as it helped elevate Batista's career. Those were Batista's words on his DVD, I Walk Alone, back in 2009. He said that this match helped him in his career. So yeah, HBK won the match, while Batista would then team up with Ric Flair to win the World Tag Team Championships later in the night. Randy Orton would win the Intercontinental Championship from RVD to make it a legendary night for Evolution. It was such a cool image to see Evolution capture all of Raw's male championships. Triple H would defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Shawn Michaels on the final Raw of 2003. Shawn Michaels hit the sweet chin music on Triple H with Eric Bischoff counting the fall. Shawn Michaels won the World's Championship, or so we thought. Eric Bischoff announced that the winner and still the World Heavyweight Champion is Triple H, and said that both of Shawn Michaels' shoulders were on the mat, so it was a tie, which meant that Triple H retains the title. Eric Bischoff then got clocked by Shawn Michaels, who then fired HBK in his own hometown. But then Stone Cold Steve Austin returned and rehired Shawn Michaels and gave him another title shot for the World Heavyweight title. He then announced that he is the new sheriff and hit the stunner on Bischoff to end 2003 with a crazy ending. On the first Raw 2004, Stone Cold announced that Triple H would face Shawn Michaels in a last man standing match at the Royal Rumble. At the Royal Rumble, a bloody Shawn Michaels hit the sweet chin music on a vulnerable Triple H. Shawn couldn't get up in time, so once again the match between the two ended in a tie. Later that night, Chris Benoit, a SmackDown superstar, won the 2004 Royal Rumble to get a title shot at WrestleMania against whoever the WWE champion was at the time. Or so we thought. The next night, Shawn Michaels demanded a rematch, which led to Stone Cold coming out and telling Michaels that while he did deserve a rematch, he did not win the 2004 Royal Rumble, which then led to Stone Cold calling out the winner of the Royal Rumble. Everyone was shocked to see Chris Benoit come out. Chris Benoit then declared that he will face Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. 2 weeks later, on the February 9th episode of Raw, Chris Benoit was about to sign the contract to face Triple H, but Shawn Michaels came out and said that the issue with Triple H would be resolved at WrestleMania. Shawn Michaels then super kicked Benoit and signed the contract instead. The next week, the Sheriff Stone Cold announced that Triple H would face both Chris Benoit and Shawn Michaels in a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of WrestleMania 20. This enraged Triple H. At WrestleMania, these three had a 5-star classic. It was a 5-star classic. Benoit would finally win the World Heavyweight Championship after nearly 20 years. Eddie Guerrero came out and celebrated along with Benoit. Unfortunately, this match, this build-up, this ending will never be talked about due to Benoit doing what he did. It was a tremendous match, a spectacular match, a legendary match, and an iconic match. Even though Benoit won the title, the feud between Shawn Michaels and Triple H was far from over. The next month at Backlash, Benoit defended the World Heavyweight Championship against HBK and Triple H in a sequel to the match at WrestleMania. Benoit would win the match by locking in the sharpshooter on Shawn Michaels. Benoit would defend the championship against Shawn Michaels, but Triple H would once again interfere. The next week, Triple H faced Shelton Benjamin and Shawn Michaels interfered, which led to Shawn Michaels being suspended. On the May 17th episode of Raw, Triple H participated in a 20-man battle royal with the winner facing Benoit at Bad Blood. Triple H was about to win the match, but a suspended Shawn Michaels came out and cost the game the match by clotheslining him over the top rope. He won and had one of the best matches of his career against Benoit at Bad Blood. The next week, Triple H and Shawn Michaels brawled throughout the entire episode of Raw. In the end, the two brawled in the ring, which led to the Raw locker room being cleared. Eric Bischoff then announced a Hell in a Cell match between the two. 6 nights before Bad Blood, Shawn Michaels faced Evolution member Randy Orton. Shawn Michaels took out a referee, Batista, and gave Orton some chair shots. Shawn Michaels then nailed a security guard and climbed to the skybox in which Triple H was in. Shawn Michaels then knocked down Ric Flair and went after the game. It was so intense. It was like we were only a few days away from the finale between these two. It was so good. At Bad Blood, the two faced off in a match that lasted 47 minutes. 47 minutes! It was by far the longest singles match, other than an Iron Man match, in WWE history. Triple H would then hit the pedigree on Shawn Michaels, who was exhausted. Well, they were both exhausted, to end the feud between the two. Triple H would end the feud on top. Shawn Michaels and Triple H the next night were called out by JR, who tried to make the two shake hands. But then Kane came out and assaulted Shawn Michaels. Kane then put a chair on Michaels' throat and crushed it. He crushed it. Michaels was out for 3 months while Triple H tried to win back the World Heavyweight Championship with the help of Eugene. Triple H and Shawn Michaels would face off in matches every once in a while, but they weren't rivals. In early 2006, Triple H and Shawn Michaels would be in a mini feud as Shawn Michaels got on Mr. McMahon's bad side and Triple H was on Mr. McMahon's good side. A few months later, HBK called Triple H a sellout. Triple H would then turn into a tweener / fan favorite. He then turned on the McMahon, slowly but surely he did, which led to Triple H being a face and reforming the Generation X with Shawn Michaels. This feud is one of the great feuds in the Ruthless Aggression era and the WWE. Shawn Michaels returned after 4 years out and proved that he is still that man he was before he left and then some. I personally prefer Michaels of 2002 to 2010 to the Michaels of before, but that's just my opinion. Triple H showed an even more sadistic side to him by hitting Michaels with a sledgehammer to his back. It was so brutal. Anyways, the feud lasted from August of 2002 to June of 2004. Anyways, that's all for this video. If you liked it, make sure you hit the pedigree on the like button and the sweet chin music on the subscribe button. Peace, I'm out.